And so again, it's important for us to know what is the challenge that we have. This is the challenge. The challenge is to make sure that we're bringing all the students, of course, to that proficiency, but specifically students that have the most need and also have the challenge to learn a second language. And it is not to say that other at-risk students don't have the same obstacles, don't have the same challenges. They do. And we're working with those students also. So you can see here, this tells you a little bit about the English learner students and their journey. So it starts in '96, and you can see that the number of English learner students has really gone up. And that is because of the influx of students in our community. When I began in the Palmdale School District, 14 years ago, we only had approximately 1/3 of the students who were Hispanic. Now, Hispanic students make up 72% of the entire enrollment. And 1/3 now are having issues learning our national language, English. And so it's important for me to know specifically what is the challenge, how can I motivate the staff, the community, and specifically the parents to help us, because they'll have a lot of insight. How do we get them involved? A lot of the times they come in and say, I don't speak the language. It's not about speaking the language. It's about getting involved in the community. So in here, what you see is the graph. I don't know why we have value there, but it's approximately 72% Hispanic students in the Palmdale School District. So very different from 10 years ago. These folks are the clients. As business owners, you know that if your client's changing, you have to change the service. So for us, that means bringing in additional strategies, additional staff that speaks the language, that caters to the parents, and then also to ensure that the parents are learning English as well. We're not an adult ed center, but we still need to make sure that we're helping the parents learn about the system. And the biggest, I know that the Latino members in this audience, you'll know that in Latin America, the public system of education is very different. And so we have to make sure that our parents know how to get involved, how to ask the right questions, how to approach a teacher, work with the teacher. So it's very different, and that's where we step in. How different are we from the Los Angeles County area? Not much different. You'll notice it's practically the same. So these are the clients that we're serving. These are the clients that we have to have a outstanding research-based program to teach them how to read, write, and do math. So as the superintendent, my goal, again, is that end in mind. Okay? I salute Mr. Knight and Tom and everybody and the mayor. They're politicians. I'm an educator. My end in mind is to make sure that the students are getting the best teacher, the best curriculum, that we're bringing in good strategies involving the parent. And so this is the journey that we are actually beginning as we move forward. And again, my responsibility is to the school board because they are my boss. Everybody in the school district works for me, but I have to respond to them as their secretary. In fact, we have a school board meeting tonight. If you'd like to come over, you're more than welcome to come over. First Tuesday of the month and third Tuesday of the month. So I am responsible for the personnel, but the board is responsible for hiring me and then also evaluating my performance. Mr. Carrillo, are you writing it down? Yeah? It's there. So again, I want to thank him for the opportunity to really be in a position where I can have an impact on the community, cater to the students, to the teachers, and to make sure that we're all working in one single unit. Because that is really my vision, to make sure that we move forward together, build on the trust, build on the relationships, and then of course it's coming out to events like this. So thank you, Mr. Barcelona, because I get a chance to talk to the mayor, city council, whoever, because we all need to be sharing this vision. And that vision is about the kids. So if you want to ask me, what is your vision? It's about the kids. It's about making sure that we look at other ways of bringing in funds. So thank you, Safe Foundation, Patty. We're working together, ensuring that we bring in the additional funds, because you may hear that we have money under the LCAP or what have you. It's very limited. And so I have to be able to go out and solicit assistance, because I know that we all want the same thing. We want to make sure that when you go to the supermarket, when you go to the mall, to Vallarta, whatever, you have students that are going to be respectful, you have students that know how to read, write, do math, all those things, because we all benefit. On the other hand, if students are dropping out, if we're not meeting the needs, we're all going to pay the consequences. So that's the type of vision that I want to have. So these are the things that I work on. I want to make sure that I do what's best for the students, that I come to the board and say this is the direction we need to be going in. And I search for the talent, I do the positive PR, all those things. That is really my why. I often have thought that if I hadn't had people like teachers, like role models, influence me, what could have happened to me? Because I can tell you that I probably would have ended up here, picking grapes. I probably would have ended up just like this lady. I went out to the fields, and by the way, I left for a year, and I came back. I worked in a city called McFarland, and this is what the parents did there. Okay, so there's one of my parents picking the grapes, and there's me. So I often thought, you know, great choice that I'm the superintendent, because I don't like that other job. So the difference between my world and the other world. So the influence, the impact that I had from people who cared enough about me, those are the people that we have here. It's all of you. That's the impact that we can have on the community, on the students. You can be those role models. You can invest in our community with the education, the students, and then recognize that we do have some challenges. And we'll face those challenges, but we will move through those challenges together. And that's what I want to emphasize, because to me, an effective superintendent is one that has a clear vision. It may be blurry sometimes, right? But it's also getting the school board on board to make sure that we are all on the same page. So right now, we're working on revisiting our mission statement, vision statement, and this is the work that we have for this year. So I will be soliciting your assistance, because as we said, the direction, I want all of you as stakeholders to let us know, Mr. Maldonado, this is what I feel about your direction, this is where you need to go. So I welcome that input, because as we start building our goals, our mission statement, vision statement, the community, of course, the chambers are part of that. All of you, again, can have that impact. These are the current goals right now. Our goal, sunset, 2015, so we're going to be writing new goals for the school district. And it's based on what I'm talking about right now, because that to me is important. Because ultimately, what is it that we want to do? And so if I may, I'm going to play a little video about a success story that I was involved with in McFarland. So just, I hope you can hear in the back.
1,000 students are selected every year for the opportunity to attend college for free. It's the Bill and Melinda Gates Millennium Scholarship Foundation that is helping in that effort.
And 23 ABC's Carlos Correa reports one of this year's winners comes from right here in Kern County.
In a few weeks, Daisy Ramos will be a high school graduate and on her way to one of the best Ivy League schools in the country, Yale University.
It's a little intimidating because it's so different than anything I've ever experienced before, but it's exciting too.
Ramos is the first at McFarland High School to be awarded the Gates Millennium Scholarship. She's also the first in her family to attend college, a dream her parents always wanted her to achieve.
All over life, they've been telling me that the only way I'm going to get a better life, the only way that I can set an example for everybody else is working hard and putting school first.
Samuel and Olga Ramos have spent more than 20 years working in the fields, providing for their young family.
Nosotros lo que tratamos de darle un ejemplo
He says, we've tried to be an example for our children, teaching them responsibility, and with hard work, anything is possible. To be considered for the Gates Millennium Scholarship, students like Daisy had to apply online and include a teacher evaluation, a summary of community service, and 9 essays, all on different topics. The scholarship allows Ramos to attend Yale free of charge and gives her parents peace of mind.
Pero lo máximo es lo que mi papá pues, siempre quiere.
She says it's something a parent dreams of having for their children. We're very proud of her, and we know she worked hard to accomplish the scholarship. Ramos plans to study political science or even neuroscience. Leaders at McFarland High School say she's opening the doors for other students to follow in her footsteps.
when you hear things like this about your student, I think this is when you realize, okay, I'm in the right field. And knowing that she has the potential and now that she has the opportunity, I mean, there's no doubt in my mind that she's going to do something great.
In McFarland, Carlos Correa, 23 ABC.
Congratulations to her. The students interested in the Gates Millennium Scholarship Program are invited to apply online. The application process for next year begins on.
So what do you think? Isn't that what we want? I can add other information. Daisy wasn't only admitted to Yale, she was admitted to USC, UCLA, Harvard, I mean, all the big schools. I mean, when you talk about a dream, that's the dream I want to have for all the students so we can give them that equal opportunity to be successful. So again, it's an honor for me to be here. I just wanted to share a little bit about my journey and my pathway. But I think it's our responsibility to allow and to give those students out in our community the opportunity to achieve their dreams. Because I certainly, growing up in a small town like Paramount, there were challenges for me. There was kids who wanted me to join their gang. There was all those things. But I had people who guided me. I had people who cared enough to say, no, you could be better. You could do something different. And I find myself here today. I do speak Spanish, by the way, so it's an advantage for me to work with our Hispanic community and their language, the language that they can understand, and to try to explain this to them. So again, I leave you with one project I would like to see the chamber be involved, because in the past, I often think, you know, how can I bring the Hispanic parents in to work with them? And so I've had to feed them, you know, potlucks. I've had to send out messages in Spanish. I've had to offer prizes or what have you. But this last year, working with the parents of Daisy Ramos or what have you, and other kids that actually received scholarships, one of the things that we did in that particular community, we started a mariachi group. Yes, a mariachi group. So this is a way of helping the parents understand that we are on their side. And so the challenge that I throw out to the Hispanic Chamber is helping me build a mariachi program in our school. So we can talk about the details, I can come back, but I think the community would be very excited. We already have an honors band, thanks to the Safe Foundation, so thank you very much. And we have other things going on, but I think for the Hispanic community, a mariachi project would be something that would be very proud for them to feel that they're being heard, because a lot of times that's what they ask for, folklorico, they ask for bilingual people in the office, or what have you. We're making good progress as far as providing bilingual folks in the office, but now this would be an outstanding project that you all in the chamber can get involved with, and who knows, maybe one day we'll bring the kids in here and they can open up your meeting. How's that?